Let me tell you a story today, a true story that may completely change the way you look at the food on your dinner plate. Picture a 70-year-old gentleman living what most of us would call a perfectly healthy life. He quit smoking years ago, he walked every single morning, and every evening he proudly filled his bowl with dark leafy greens, believing they were strengthening his body and protecting his heart. But then something unexpected and terrifying happened. Just one night after another one of his healthy dinners, his family found him showing signs of a mild stroke right there in his bed. It was shocking, confusing, and heartbreaking. We've always been told that fried foods, sugar, and greasy snacks are the enemies. But in this man's case, the potential culprit was the very vegetable he trusted the most. And that is why today's message is so important, especially for anyone over the age of 60. Science has now revealed something surprising. New research from major universities around the world shows a direct connection between eating certain vegetables at night and an increased risk of stroke in older adults, particularly those who take daily medications. But before you begin to worry, please hear this clearly. This is not about banning vegetables or avoiding healthy foods. This message is about understanding how your body changes with age, so you can keep eating the right foods at the right time and protect your long-term health. Today here on Golden Rest Guide, I will show you the 9 vegetables that need simple timing adjustments after 60, not elimination. And vegetable number 1, which is extremely common in both American and Indian kitchens, becomes surprisingly dangerous when eaten at the wrong time. Before we begin, comment your age and where you are watching from, so I know where our beautiful community is joining us from around the world. So why does this happen? Why do foods we've always believed were healthy suddenly become risky after 60? The answer lies inside your own body. The truth is, your body at 60 is not the body you had at 40. Unfortunately, most doctors don't have time to explain this in a quick appointment. After 60, your kidneys filter waste about 40% slower than they did when you were younger. Think of your kidneys like a water filter that has been working every day for decades. It still works, but not as fast. They stiffen, almost like old rubber bands that have lost their stretch. This makes blood flow slower and allows tiny clots to form more easily, especially at night when you are lying still for hours without movement. A Johns Hopkins study discovered that seniors over 65 lose nearly half of their natural thirst signals. That means you may feel fine, yet your body is quietly becoming dehydrated. And when blood becomes thicker and moves slowly through narrow aging vessels, silent trouble can begin while you sleep. On top of that, nearly 70% of adults over 60 take at least one prescription medication, often blood thinners, blood pressure pills, or diuretics. These medicines change how your body processes food, especially vegetables that contain vitamin K, potassium, natural sugars, or natural diuretics. Combine this with slower digestion, because food that left your system in 4 hours at age 40 might now take 6 to 8 hours, and suddenly the timing of your meals becomes just as important as the food itself. Now let's begin with vegetable number 9, one most people have sitting in their refrigerator right now. Spinach has always been celebrated as a symbol of strength, vitality, and pure nourishment. It is full of iron, magnesium, and heart-protecting antioxidants. But spinach contains oxalates, natural compounds that bind to calcium. When you are young, your kidneys flush them out easily. But after 60, as kidney function slows and blood vessels stiffen, and especially if you take calcium or vitamin D supplements, the risk increases. Oxalates can fuse with calcium inside your bloodstream and form tiny crystals that behave like fine sand inside narrow arteries, blocking blood flow to the brain. A Tufts University study following older adults for 3 years found that seniors who ate raw spinach more than 4 times a week had a 47% higher risk of microstrokes. The solution is simple. Don't eliminate spinach, just manage it wisely. Eat it earlier in the day, never combine it with calcium supplements, steam it to reduce oxalates, and limit it to 1 or 2 cooked cups per week. Broccoli, the next vegetable, is often praised as one of the healthiest foods for the heart. But broccoli is high in vitamin K, which directly affects blood clotting. If you take blood thinners and your broccoli intake swings wildly, eating a lot one week and none the next. Your vitamin K level. A major American Heart Association study showed that seniors with inconsistent vitamin K intake had 63% more emergency visits for bleeding or clotting issues. The fix is easy. Maintain consistency. Eat broccoli 2 to 3 times a week in steady amounts, and always let your doctor know your regular intake of broccoli, kale, or Brussels sprouts. Romaine lettuce is light, refreshing, and a favorite dinner choice for many seniors. But romaine is a natural diuretic, meaning it makes your body release water. After 60, when your kidneys already work slower and your thirst response is weaker, eating romaine at night can quietly cause overnight dehydration. A Johns Hopkins study found that seniors who ate green salads after 7 p.m. had 51% higher rates of silent dehydration by morning. Thicker blood plus slow nighttime circulation increases the risk of tiny clots forming while you sleep. The solution is simple. Enjoy romaine at lunch. If you want it for dinner, eat it before 6 p.m. and drink a full glass of water afterward. Raw carrots are loved by many seniors as a guilt-free snack, but eating them late at night can create problems. Raw carrots digest quickly and release natural sugars into your bloodstream faster than most people expect. For older adults with slower metabolism or reduced insulin response, eating carrots at night can cause a sharp rise in blood sugar followed by a sudden drop while you sleep. This triggers stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, which tighten your blood vessels and raise nighttime blood pressure. A Harvard study found that seniors with frequent blood sugar swings had a 42% higher stroke risk. The fix? Eat carrots earlier in the day and pair them with protein or healthy fats. Cooking them also reduces the sugar spike and increases nutrient absorption. Garlic, one of nature's strongest healing foods, becomes risky only for seniors on blood thinners. Garlic naturally thins the blood, which is helpful unless you're already taking blood-thinning medication. Garlic supplements are especially dangerous because they are extremely concentrated. A University of Maryland study found that seniors on blood thinners who took garlic supplements had 58% higher bleeding complications. Fresh cooked garlic is safe in moderation, but supplements should be avoided unless approved by a doctor. Onions, another kitchen staple, contain quercetin, a compound that relaxes blood vessels and lowers blood pressure. For seniors already taking blood pressure or blood thinning medications, too much onion, especially at night, can drop blood pressure too low. This results in dizziness, fainting, or reduced blood flow to the brain. A clinical study found that seniors who ate onion-heavy dinners had 46% more cases of sudden blood pressure drops. The solution is simple. Use onions as a flavoring, cook them to reduce their strength, and avoid heavy onion meals at night. Corn, although comforting and familiar, behaves more like a starch than a vegetable. It causes quick blood sugar spikes followed by sharp drops, especially during the night. These drops trigger stress chemicals that tighten blood vessels and thicken blood, increasing cardiovascular strain. A Mayo Clinic study found that seniors who ate high glycemic foods like corn 3 times a week had 61% higher cardiovascular risk. Fresh corn at lunch is fine, but avoid corn products at night, especially processed ones like cornflakes or grits. Asparagus, elegant and nutritious, is a strong natural diuretic. Eating it at night can lead to overnight dehydration, slowing blood movement, and lowering oxygen delivery to the brain. A Stanford study found that seniors eating diuretic vegetables like asparagus after 7 p.m. had 53% more morning circulation problems. The safe timing is simple. Eat asparagus at lunch or early dinner, and pair it with hydrating foods or water. Finally, tomatoes, the vegetable almost everyone considers harmless. Tomatoes belong to the nightshade family and contain compounds that can affect blood vessels and nerves. After learning about these 9 vegetables, it's natural to feel surprised or even a little uneasy. But remember, these foods are not your enemies. They are still powerful allies when used wisely. After 60, your body changes, and timing becomes as important as nutrition. A salad at lunch can nourish your heart beautifully, but the same salad at night may strain your system. Garlic in your soup can heal, but in concentrated supplement form it might harm. Awareness gives you control. Every mindful choice brings you closer to strength, safety, and independence. Now I want to hear from you. Which vegetable surprised you the most today? Comment your age, where you are watching from, and what change you'll start tonight. Your story may inspire someone else to take charge of their health too.